Hello and welcome back to the nacforadventurer YouTube channel. My name is AJ Cutler. I've got Nick with me, and where are we going today?
We're going to the mountains.
We live in the mountains.
You're right. We're going higher into the mountains. Bring him to
We just had this loud bang inside our car and we were so confused. I was like, did the bike rack fall off? Like, what is going on? Our chips exploded. I guess this is a sign. Here you go. Neat little spot where there's a bunch of climbing, and then to this side there's a lake, so we can go fishing and hang out by the water, maybe go swimming. We're gonna go say hi to our friends. They've just been camping here for the past couple days, so we're just gonna go meet them and then maybe go find fishing in a little bit. The climbing wall was perfectly shaded from the morning sun, so it was a party, just hanging out and climbing on all the routes. Nick and I haven't been into climbing since getting more into mountain biking, but a bunch of our friends still do it, so it was really great to meet up with everyone and just chill out at the crag. Then it was time to head to the lake for some fishing.
Shaka.
Got a little clip out. After a few casts, Nick turned to me and said, "I forgot how much I hate lake fishing." And despite my lack of experience, I could see why lake fishing isn't as exciting as being out on the boat in a river, or even just wading and fishing in moving waters. However, it was the perfect opportunity to practice casting, and I got some tips from Nick. So we're working on casting technique right now. I feel like usually I just like do whatever. So Nick is actually giving me some pointers.
It's hard. The art of the cast takes a really long time. It's not like Goofy movie.
I need it. Goofy movie. What does that mean?
The ultimate cast? Have you not seen the ultimate cast in the Goofy movie?
I had been relying on my wrist cast, so to break the habit, we decided to start with casting with no wrist movement, then adding it in after I practiced with my whole arm.
So right now we're gonna just have AJ like less wrist, as little wrist as possible. And remember not to drop the tip of the rod back too far. And arm back. Use the arm as an extension of your rod. That was a good one.
That one I used wrist.
You did, but it was a good usage. There you go. So we're doing no rod, and I'm behind the camera, and I'm telling AJ I'm gonna ask her to like mimic me, okay? So it's like you have the rod in your hand, right? We tried a couple different drills, including copying Nick's movement without the rod, but I think the best thing for me was to watch Nick break down his own technique. So, trying to like break down the steps. So the first part of my cast is I'm pivoting my body a little bit. So I'm pivoting I'm bringing my right shoulder back, and then I'm using my arm to accelerate the rod backward. And then at the back end of my cast, I'm letting my wrist go a little bit. So it's like a little snap at the end. So it's like
Caster pro.
It's taken me a really long time to learn how to cast really well.
After rotating between practicing casting and watching Nick, I was able to finally get some good casts. And it was really nice because I could immediately feel when it was right.
That was a good one right there. That was a really good one. So try and mimic that. Accelerate backwards, pivot your shoulder back, break your wrist at the last second. That was a really good one right there.
That one felt really good.
Was another good one. Remember, bring that shoulder back. Don't drop the rod tip. There you are. You're getting it.
The Uintas have some pretty random weather patterns. As we were practicing, the weather was going back and forth, from blue skies to cloud cover, and even some drizzles of rain.
Ooh, got some rain. And now it is sunny and semi-warm again. It honestly looks like it might rain again. So we'll see how many rainstorms we get today. It is raining pretty good. It looks so nice right here. And then you pivot a little bit and that's all clouds.
After observing the cycle, we noticed that the fish would start rising shortly after it rained.
You gotta get one. Another one, oh my goodness.
So we picked out some new flies and got to fishing.
I literally just went to set that time lapse and I was walking down to come join Nick and he caught a fish.
While the lily pads on the lake were a fish hotspot, it was also a little difficult to avoid catching the flies on the big leaves.
Next. Grab the fly.
However, it was also great target practice for me to get in between the lily pads. And it ultimately led to an exciting moment for my budding fly fishing career.
Come on, that's a good spot.
And shortly after, I caught my first fish of the season.
Keep them on. Okay, now bring him, strip more line in, and bring him towards me. Oh, look at that fish. That's a good fish. Nice, dude. There he is. Whoa, that's a good looking fish. Look at how pretty he is.
Oh my goodness. That is the first fish I don't think I've ever caught.
Here. So when you're grabbing fish, always make sure to get your hands wet, okay? Oh, he's a big boy. It's a big male. This is a brook trout. Brookie. You got him. There you go. You don't have to grab him hard. There you go. Nice. AJ and her first fish. Okay, let him down slowly. There he goes. Nice job, dude. Sick. You stoked or what?
Yay!
First fish.
It felt so good to have my practice pay off. I ended up catching one more fish that day, which may have been the same fish as earlier, but it was rewarding nonetheless.
2 flies. Which one's which?
The fish don't know.
The rest of the day was so relaxing. We fished some more, I read and napped by the water, I even took a chance to jump in after we were done with fishing. The water was not quite as glacial as some of the lakes up in the Uintas, so it was so refreshing and it was the perfect way to end the day. After we got home, we were watching a video from Wildfly Productions on YouTube, and they mentioned how the best thing about fishing is that you don't catch fish all the time. It's the chase that makes them come back to the sport. And now that I've had a taste, you could say that I'm hooked. Pun definitely intended. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more of our adventures, and head to my TikTok and Instagram at AJ Cutler for other outdoor photos and videos. Thanks so much for tagging along on this exciting day of lake fishing, and keep on crushing.
How's the grass? Wow. Couldn't have said it better without myself.